guys, thank you for joining me today. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Crystal and I try to post different videos in regards to my medical conditions and different ways that I handle and deal with different stressors in life and different parts of my ailments. So, first off today, I want to wish everyone a happy Easter if you choose to celebrate. I hope you have amazing, wonderful, fun plans. If you choose not to celebrate, I still hope you have an amazing Sunday tomorrow and that your weather's beautiful. Ours is calling for rain, but we're going to do pop-up tents and celebrate just as if the weather's beautiful because we don't want to miss out on all of these family events and memories for rain. And I love rain, but not very many people do. So I get where the frustration is for everyone who wants to have a nice day out tomorrow without all the rain. So I hope everyone has beautiful weather and wonderful, wonderful Sunday, Easter festivities, delicious food, whatever it is you're doing tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful time. So I just kind of wanted to go to a real quick update since I haven't been posting. The holidays have gotten away from me. Cadence is in spring break. She goes back Monday, but she's been off all week and bouncing from sleepover to sleepover. So, update is Rick is waiting for surgery. He did go see a surgeon and they do want to do surgery. It's just a matter of waiting till they have a scheduled date that will work for his work. He is an independent contractor, so he doesn't have paid time off or anything like that. And there's not really a lot of people to cover him, and they're amazing, and they told him just to do it whenever he needs to do it. But we're trying to be as mindful of his other employees as possible so that they're not struggling to make up for, extra work. So that's where he's at. I've had a lot of off days. I've had some really good days. I got to go see Beauty and the Beast. My cousin bought us tickets and took us on Thursday, and it was amazing. It is one of my all-time favorite movies. The cartoon was one of the very first movies I remember seeing in a theater with my aunt when I was younger, and it's been my favorite movie. Bella's always my favorite princess. So I was very nervous about the new movie because I was going to be extra critical because I love the original so much, but I wound up loving it, and I cannot wait to own it. I pre-ordered it through the Disney Movie Club that we're part of. As I've mentioned before, we're huge Disney fans family. So we have the Disney Movie Club that we're part of, and we have our annual passes to Disneyland because that is the one place in this world where I can actually turn off my mind and just be happy and enjoy where I'm at. So that's all that's new. Nothing really new with me. I'm still dealing with the Social Security stuff. Super, super nervous. They have me going to 2 different doctors of theirs for different things as part of my review, and that just scares me because anytime I have to go deal with new people, I get a lot of anxiety, especially when they're basically being paid to judge me, make a decision about my medical health, and that's always scary because I am always writing my life like a resume. I always want to dwell on the positive, not the negative, and I tend to hurt myself when I do that with medical people because then they think that I'm better than I really am. So I have to be very careful to be honest and trust them with the honesty like I've talked about in my previous videos that I will link on here. One of my challenges, the first one, was to honestly answer when people ask you how you're doing. Another challenge was that, and I lost my train of thought, just like that. That's one of the things that happens to me all the time. But, let's see, my second challenge was, I don't remember, I'll come back to that. But, what I have decided for today is I like to give a small challenge so that we have something to touch base on. I would love, love, love for people to comment below with the outcome of their challenges and how it happens. I've talked to some of my friends about different things that have happened when they tried the challenge about being honest when people asked how they were. That was really, really eye-opening, I think, for a lot of people. And I hope that everyone strives to keep doing that. I know sometimes the results are kind of disappointing because people are not um, as there for you as you would hope sometimes. People that you would expect to be aren't. So that's really, really hard to stomach. However, what I found is there's people that have no reason to be there for you that will just surprise you and make you see the world in a lighter way. And that is so huge. An experience I had, and I feel like I've talked about this before on here, but I'm sorry if I have, and you've heard it. I apologize. If not, this is just a story that means a lot to me. I was at my doctor's office. I was in line to go set up my next appointment or pay or do something. And I was standing in line, and a lady walked up behind me that I've never met in my life. And as I had said in that previous video that I will link, I try to judge people by their sincerity. Sometimes when people ask me, because I wear a brace on my leg, sometimes people ask me what's going on, and I usually, depending on how much time I have, depending on their if they seem like they care or not, my words are escaping. Like I said, it's been a kind of rough week, but I will, sincerity, that's it. So I will try to judge their sincerity. I will kind of judge their time. If they just kind of ask in passing real quick, then I don't want to pour all my problems out on them. So what I do is I try to really judge, their asking. So I was standing in line. I had time on my hands. The lady behind me stopped and asked me if what had happened to me. And I felt compelled to tell her. I don't usually always do that, but I just told her that I was diagnosed with MS and that leg bothers me. It doesn't listen. I have bad connection to it, so it makes me fall down, and the brace is just to help me. And she seemed very sincere, and but about the time that we were trying to talk about it, I got called up in line, and I didn't want to hold the line up, so I thanked her and smiled and told her have a wonderful day, and I went to do whatever I was doing at the counter with my doctor's office. So I was getting done. They called her up, but she asked them to hold on. She followed me, called over to me, and asked me for my name and asked me if she could pray for me. And her sincerity and her sweetness just stuck with me. It's been about a month and a half since that happened, but it hasn't left how good it made me feel. On the flip side of that, you'll have people that you trust and feel like should care, and they ask you how you're doing, and you answer, and you can see that they don't care to get a true answer, or that it seems to bother them. Some people really can't handle how to know how you really are feeling, and that hurts, and that's not fun. But just remember, there's really, really, really good responses you can get, and if nothing else, at least you're being honest and putting it all out there and not holding on to things. But sorry, I went way deeper into that than I meant to. That was a previous challenge, which I will post. But today's challenge is when you see someone in the store, anywhere you're at, and you notice something you like about them, because I do it all the time, and I think a lot of people probably do. When you're walking and you see someone who has beautiful hair, beautiful makeup, beautiful shoes, beautiful purse, whatever it is, just tell them. Because I catch myself, I'll think it and just smile and keep going. But you don't know what kind of day they're having. And maybe they won't care at all, and maybe they'll just kind of shrug you off. But you might make their day. And for the couple people whose day you make, it makes it worth it. Just taking that extra second to speak to someone and tell them what you're thinking. Because everyone seems so shocked to hear something nice from a stranger. And I wish there was more of that in the world, where people didn't have to be shocked when someone said something nice to them. So, my challenge for this holiday, Sunday, weekend, for the next week is to, when you see something you like about someone, even if it's all day everyone you see, just take that extra few seconds, tell them, make them feel good, make their day. You won't regret it, they won't regret it, and that might help them do the same thing. Because somehow when someone compliments you and makes you feel good, you start seeing things differently. And I really, really hope that that's the case, and that your avalanche of positivity just rains and rains over you with amazing feelings and positive people, because that's nothing better than a day where everyone makes you smile and you can make people smile. That's the biggest thing. I love making other people feel better. So, that's my kind of little mini challenge for today. What I ask is that you share either privately, I'll link my email below, or in the comments if it's not private, your outcome, your results from doing any of my challenges. Also, I ask if you have any questions. Please don't worry about it being too personal. Please feel free to comment and ask below or through the email if it's personal again, because I would love to answer anything you want to know. I am an open book, but I don't know what you guys want me to talk about without you asking. So please, please don't hesitate to ask if you have questions. I'm happy to answer in the best way that I can. Like I said, if you want me to address it in a video, I will address it in a video. If you want me to comment back to you in the comments, I will comment back. If it's private, I will email you. Whatever it is you want, please, please, please feel free to reach out to me. I truly feel like I'm talking to my friends just on the other side of this lens. I know you're all in there, and I know you're all watching, and I love that. So please interact, ask questions. If you have a suggestion for something you'd like me to cover in a video, please feel free to ask. Anything you would like. If you would like to share my videos, I'm 100% okay with you sharing them. Facebook, email, text message, whatever you want. If you know someone who needs to hear something positive, don't hesitate. I'm happy, like I said, to be spread around. And my words, if they can encourage someone, I'm happy to have them sent. Also, you can subscribe. I will link a bubble somewhere up here on one of these two sides that will link you to subscribe to my account. If you want updates when I post, there's a little bell up in the top corner. You can get notifications. But please, again, feel free to share, comment, like if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you shortly. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.